Mixed blessings, it had to be. Mixed blessings, you and me. Mixed blessings, I need you day and night. It's black and white. Mixed blessings, it had to be. Mixed blessings, you and me. Mixed blessings, I need you day and night.
Morning.
Oh, morning.
How's everyone?
Oh, fine. Susan was a bit sick again this morning, but she seems all right now.
Was she indeed?
Morning, Auntie.
Feeling a bit sick this morning?
Yes.
And yesterday?
Yes, and the day before.
No.
Does that worry you?
No, and I've got a feeling it's too late to start worrying now anyway.
It's all that food she stuffs. 11 o'clock last night, she was sitting up in bed, eating cornflakes and jelly.
You're lucky. With your mother, it was cockles and winkles.
With Mum, it was sausages and apples.
Pardon?
It's none of my business, but aren't you on the pill?
Yes, but the doctor took me off it. I was developing a few side effects.
I see. And now you might be developing a front effect.
Hold it. I hope you're not talking about what I think you're talking about.
What Auntie's saying, dear, is we may possibly be hearing the pitter-patter of tiny feet around the house.
Oh, really, Auntie?
Not me, dear. She's the one.
Just clinging to a forlorn hope?
It's nothing definite, darling, but you might be on the verge of becoming a father.
How'd you know?
You mean, how do I know you're the father?
No, I mean, how'd you know I'm on the verge of becoming one?
Oh, we women have our little ways and means, you know. You men don't know everything.
But, well, you can't be pregnant. I mean, we can't afford a baby.
Nobody can afford a baby. But unfortunately, babies don't seem to care about the state of the economy.
You know what they say? 3 can live as cheaply as 2.
No, they don't. If they did, I'd ask that blonde down the road to move in.
I'm not pushing her around in a pram. I prefer a baby.
But we've got nowhere to put it.
You put it in a little cot in a corner of the bedroom.
Are you kidding? Babies scream all night. I need my beauty sleep.
Look, why don't we start worrying about where to put the cot when the baby comes?
If you don't mind, I'd rather start worrying now. I don't know anything about babies. I've never had one before. The only thing I know anything about is goldfish.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not having a goldfish.
Oh.
I'm going to have a little boy or a little girl, and it's going to be wonderful.
Babies are not wonderful. Babies are being up all night screaming their heads off. Babies are changing nappies, and there's nothing very wonderful about that.
Babies are also saying Daddy and Mummy with a little innocent baby smile and a gurgle.
Just before they're sick all over you.
Exactly.
Look, you do want to have a baby, don't you?
Yes, but not at 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I've only just got up. I'm calmly going off to work, and my wife suddenly says, we're going to have a baby. I mean, it's all a bit sudden.
Oh, no. It takes months.
I mean, I do think you could have broken the news a little more gently. I mean, how did it happen?
Well, Mummy went to the zoo and she met this stork. And the stork said...
No. I mean, we didn't plan it, did we? No, but look, just stay calm. Now, let us assume that you are going to have a baby. That we are going to have a baby. That I am going to have a baby. Now, there really is no need to panic.
Who's panicking?
Look, Susan, will you try and relax and stay calm? Now, let's just sit down and discuss this calmly over breakfast.
We've had breakfast.
Yes, you're right, we've had breakfast, and now we're going to have...
A baby.
A baby. Yes. Are you sure?
Not absolutely.
Well, I would have thought it was something you should be sure about. I mean, you can't go having a baby if you're not pregnant, can you?
That sounds reasonable.
Oh, good. Well, thank God one of us is being reasonable.
You know you can get these do-it-yourself tests now.
Oh, no. That's one thing we are sure of. She didn't do it herself. Well, don't you have to see a doctor?
I'm seeing the doctor today.
Oh, good. Now, while you're there, ask him if you're pregnant.
That's why I'm seeing him, Minnie.
But I thought you were going to see him because you were sick. Now, just a minute. You must have made an appointment.
Yesterday.
What? You mean you knew yesterday you were pregnant and you only just told me? Well, who am I around here? I mean, I would have thought I would have been the first to know.
No, I think I would have been the first to know.
Funny, I thought Mrs. Beasley Felicity would have been the first. She usually is.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, from now on, you don't have to do anything.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to work.
Yes.
So am I.
Oh, you can't go to work, can you? Just, you sit down.
Thomas, if you're going to carry on like this for the next 9 months, I'm going home to Mother. Women have babies every day.
Yes, but not by me, they don't.
Well, you knew we were going to have a baby sometime, didn't you?
Well, I suppose so, yes, but... Well, it's a bit like getting the pools up. I mean, you always expect it, but when it comes, it's a bit of a shock.
Yes. Well, try and relax, because this time I think you've hit the jackpot.
And don't worry. We won't know for certain until the man from the pools calls on Monday to confirm.
And don't worry about me. I am perfectly calm. And I shall remain perfectly calm. Now, let's all go to work quite normally.
Thomas,
Yes?
do you usually go to work in your dressing gown? Try not to worry, Dad.
And this is going to make you a great aunt.
I have always been a great aunt. They don't come any greater.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Beasley.
And how are you this morning, dear?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. I'm sure everything will be all right.
She knows. She knows already. Oh, does she do it?
Hello, Mum.
Hello, Susan. This is a surprise. How are you?
I'm fine.
You look well. Blooming, in fact. Oh, it is nice to see you. You haven't had a row, have you?
No, everything's perfect.
Your father will be sorry to hear that. How's Thomas?
Oh, he's fine. He's expecting an increase.
Oh, going to get a raise.
No, I'm going to have the raise. He's getting an increase.
Good. Good, and what else is new?
Well, Thomas has bought a new suit and he looks ridiculous in it, and I think I'm going to have a baby. And, yesterday I met Clarissa. You remember Clarissa?
Oh, girl you went to school with. Yes, used to live over in, What was that, dear?
What is what?
What you just said?
Yesterday I met Clarissa.
No, before that.
Thomas has bought a new suit.
Between those.
I think I'm going to have a baby.
You're telling me you're pregnant?
Don't worry. If I am, it's only a little bit pregnant.
Darling, Susan! Oh, are you pleased?
Delighted.
What about Thomas?
Stunned. What about you? You don't mind becoming a grandmother?
Beats being a mother. Somebody else does all the work for you.
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. I saw the doctor today and he's going to phone me tomorrow.
And when do you reckon?
I think I must be at least a month gone.
That's what I always say. If you're going to be gone, man, it's best to be gone for at least a month. Hi, sis.
Hi.
Winston, Susan is going to have a baby.
You're going to have a what?
No, I'm going to have a baby. I think.
You can't have a baby? That would make me an uncle. But I'm too young to be an uncle. Uncles are old.
All right, I'll tell the baby to call you Winston.
No, prefer kids to call me sir.
Well, so you're gonna have a baby. Isn't that rude?
How can it be rude? Take your feet off the table.
Well, nobody ever told me about the facts of life. I only know what I read in the books, and all the books I've read are very rude.
Well, it's not rude. It's wonderful. At least it is so far. Here's your father.
Oh, he'll be thrilled. Won't he? I mean, we were sort of hoping that having a grandchild would bring you closer to Thomas's parents.
Of course it will. Nobody argues over babies.
Oh, hello, Susan.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
Thank you, Winston. Now, what's the problem?
Does there have to be a problem?
When my daughter deigns to return home from the white man's world, there is usually a problem.
Now, Dad, stay cool. I have reason to believe that you are about to become a grandfather.
What have you been up to?
Susan! But Susan is going to have a baby.
She's going to have a what?
Why does everybody keep saying that? I'm not going to have a what. I'm going to have a baby.
But you can't have a baby.
Why not?
Well, she's married to Thomas.
People have babies, you know. I've seen them around. I think they learnt it from us.
But a baby? I mean, what are we going to do?
That's what Thomas said. I'd like to point out that whatever it is, I'm the one who's going to do it.
Yes, but your husband is white. I mean, the baby is going to be very confused.
I shall explain it to him. I shall say, I'm your mother. I'm shaped like this. This is your father. He isn't.
You must excuse your father, Susan. He's very naive about these things. Do you know, when I was having you, he spent the whole night looking under gooseberry bushes?
I am being very serious.
Oh, look on the bright side, Dad. If Susan has a baby, you can get 50p an hour babysitting.
Look, I know we expected this to happen sometime. And I suppose I am very pleased. At least I would be normally, but this is not something we can just take lightly.
I think it'll be a bit darker.
I can see nothing but more problems. I mean, what are Thomas's mother and father going to say? I have enough trouble with them as it is. You have a baby and they... Oh, yes. Yes, perhaps it will work out just fine.
What's so amusing?
Well, I was just thinking of Thomas's father bouncing his little grandson on his knee. And the baby will be black.
I must say, this has come as a surprise.
Yes, it surprised me too.
I mean, when you got married, I didn't think it would go this far.
Well, how far did you expect it to go?
I just think you might have stopped to think.
That's very difficult. Susan sometimes says, no, no, Thomas, but she never says stop.
No, what your mother means is, it's one thing to have a daughter-in-law who is not the same. I'm looking at it from the point of view of friends and neighbours and such. But it's a very different thing when it's your own grandchild. I mean, you meet someone and say, this is my grandson. Well, they are going to stare.
Yes, especially if it's your granddaughter.
You know what I mean. It's just that your grandchildren are supposed to be your own flesh and blood.
Well, my baby will be your own flesh and blood. Unless there's something about Mum and the milkman you haven't told me.
I know that, but boy or girl, it's not going to look like me, is it?
I hope not. The idea of there being two Edwards in this world is frightening.
No, no, no. What Edward means is that when he's walking along holding his grandson's hand,
It's going to look very silly.
I will not look silly. And if the worst comes to the worst, I shall know how to handle the situation.
Yes.
If the worst comes to the worst? I mean, you do want me to have this baby, don't you?
oh, yes, dear.
Yes, of course we do. We've always wanted to be grandparents. It's just that we didn't expect to be racial ambassadors as well.
How about if I told the baby that you were just friends of the family?
Nonsense. You know you'll really love the child just as if it was one of ours. I mean, it's just one of those things that we shall have to get used to.
One of those things that... Look, however you feel about it, Susan is very likely pregnant, and that will make you both grandparents, and her mum and dad will be grandparents, and that will bring you all closer together, I hope.
Well, of course it will. Nobody argues over babies.
Yes, that will be nice. You are quite sure you're,
I'm pretty certain I'm pregnant, but I won't know for sure till later when the doctor calls.
What kind of doctor did you see?
A witch doctor. One who tells me which it'll be, a boy or a girl.
Yes, I see.
It's, fairly definite, then. Yes. Yes.
I suppose this is what's known as a pregnant pause.
I do wish you wouldn't keep using that word.
What word?
That word. Pregnant. I mean, it sounds so coarse. There are so many nicer ways of saying it.
Ah, that's true, yes. Well, since Susan decided she might be up the spout... Bun in the oven?
All you have to say is that Susan thinks she might be going to have a baby.
Exactly, Mum. And I hope he's going to have some lovely grandparents.
Of course he will. I mean, you never know. It might be so bad. It might be a little different from what we expect. I mean, it could be like one of us. More like one of us than not.
But aren't they always black? Like Susan?
No, not necessarily. No, I've been studying the genetics in this case.
Since when has my marriage been a case?
Oh, you know what I mean. A case of intermarriage. And according to statistics, about one baby in every 20 born of mixed parents is all right.
All right?
White. All white, as opposed to a not.
Yes, well, if you think I'm going to have 20 babies just so that you can get one white one, you're sadly mistaken.
I'll get it. I have to go anyhow.
That'll be Mum and Dad. I suppose I'd better move the table. Oh.
Thomas, don't let her do that.
That's all right. She's as strong as a horse.
She shouldn't be moving things in her condition.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Look, sit down, please. Just relax.
Thank you, dear. And you can move the chairs a little.
Dad, could you give me a hand?
Oh, yes, go on. How do you want it?
Over here.
Hello. Hello. Susan.
Hello.
Hello.
Annie.
Hello, Matilda.
Hi, sis. Stay slim.
How are you, dear? Same as I was yesterday.
Hello there.
Hello. What are you so happy about?
Well, it looks like we're going to have an addition to the family. One more for us.
Not necessarily. It's merely a matter of genes. It could be one of us.
You want to bet?
Hey, look, my baby is not a game of bingo.
Well, Thomas, how's it feel to be fathering one of us?
Oh, you know me. Any excuse for a drink.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
I must come over and we must do some knitting together.
Oh, yes, or I could come to you. Do you have pink for a girl and blue for a boy?
No. All ours are black.
Winston. Yes, we do, but of course we don't know what it's going to be yet.
Oh, Thomas would prefer a girl.
Don't you want a boy?
No, it's too risky. Might turn out looking like Winston.
Not a chance. After me, they threw away the mould.
Have you thought what you're going to name it?
Oh, well, I just want to make sure I'm going to have the baby first.
Yes, well, that's something you must think very carefully about. I mean, it's very important. I hope you're going to give it a reasonable name.
And why shouldn't we?
I'm simply saying, my dear chap, that I am aware of the tendency of the black races nowadays. They do tend to return to their heritage.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Except that this particular child has another sort of heritage. And we don't really want any names like Aki Buku or Washington J. Mohammed and that sort of thing now, do we?
No, of course. How does, Rasta suit you?
You know what I mean. You can't beat a good Anglo-Saxon name.
Unfortunately, I don't know any black Anglo-Saxons.
Well, what kind of name are you thinking of?
Well, if it's a boy, he will be called after his grandfather.
Yes. Edward is a fine-sounding name.
I was thinking of William.
Yes, well, that's not bad, I suppose. A bit common.
Common?
Yes, well, it gets shortened, doesn't it, to Bill or Willie.
Willie?
God, the baby's not even born and it started a fight already.
Not content with objecting to my colour, he now objects to my name. I'll have you know that I was named after William the Conqueror.
No, you must be thinking of the Black Prince. William the Conqueror was white.
How do you know? He was covered in armour.
William, be a good Willie and sit down.
Now look, whatever we have, I will choose the name. It will be Adrian if it's a boy and Amanda if it's a girl.
Which is going to confuse it, because I shall be calling it Richard or Patricia.
Its name will be Adrian. Pronounced Richard.
Thank you. Really doesn't matter, does it? As long as it's a healthy baby.
Oh, yes, that's all that matters. And you always look so lovely when you're babies.
Oh, but not when we are grown up.
Well, at least babies don't start an argument every time you open your mouth.
Yes. And you and I know exactly where we stand. This poor kid wouldn't know whether it's coming or going. Its whole world would look like a draft board.
You'll be all right with my dad. It's you that's going to be the problem.
Me?
What do you mean by that?
Well, the baby's just going to see you and me, isn't it? He'll think all women are black and all men are white. So how am I going to explain him?
You don't have to worry about me. He's the one to worry about. I'm not having my grandson influenced by his white ways.
And I'm not having my grandson listening to all your black jargon.
Black jargon? Now you listen to me.
Hold it! I thought you said nobody argued about babies. I've decided I'm not going to have this child.
But it's only the men who are arguing, dear. Annie and I want you to have the baby.
Oh, yes, of course we do. Anyway, we bought the pram.
No, we've already bought the pram.
Well, couldn't you change it for a cot?
Well, why don't you change yours for a cot? You see, I'd always promised Susan the pram.
You see, they're trying to dictate to us already. You're not taking over my grandson.
Dad, will you please...
You keep out of this.
Hey, why you see your own son?
It's none of your business.
What do you mean it's none of our business?
William's right. It is none of your business.
I shall tell you what I mean. Now, stop. If this baby is born, then you keep out of this.
Hello? Yes? Hello, Doctor. Yes? Thank you. Congratulations, Dad.
Oh, God. You couldn't make it twins, could you? One black and one white.